Today, class, we're going to talk about friendship, and I'm going to read you a story about good decision making and how to find good friends. The story is called Terry's Story. I know a lot of different kids. In fact, for my 11th birthday party, I had 15 on my list to invite. When I showed it to my mom, she said, "Terry, I'm afraid you're going to have to cut that list in half." "Come on, Mom. You know you can't divide an even number by 2. Besides," I told her, "this is no laughing matter. How am I supposed to choose who comes and who doesn't?" She suggested that I write the main reason I picked each person beside his or her name. Then I could decide which reasons seemed to be most important. That's what I ended up doing. And here's his list. People to invite to my birthday party. Michael, he lives next door. Jennifer, Michael's sister. Heather, she's new, I think I might like her. Rocky, sits beside me in school. Terry, we laugh at the same kinds of things. Kevin, everyone thinks he's neat. Troy, Kevin's best friend. David, hasn't ever called me a name. Stephanie, been to her house. James, kids treat him bad. I don't know why. Carrie, acts like I'd like to act. Lisa, made a science project together. Took a month. Shelley, asked me to her birthday party. Jay, super sports star. And Gabriel, my friend. My mom just happened to be standing near me when I finished writing. She pointed to number 15. "Here you've put down my friend. Aren't they all your friends?" she asked. "Kind of, but not like Gabriel," I told her. Then so she'd see the difference, I had to remind her of a time when the principal called to discuss a problem we were having with Terry at school. It happened during the month that Gabriel was playground supervisor. The 7th and 8th graders take turns at this job. Well, Gabe had just moved here from Mexico, and sometimes kids couldn't understand the way he talked. When it came to sports, though, that didn't seem to matter much. The job seemed to mean a lot to him. Well, anyhow, I'm not a terrific athlete. Lots of times I'm one of the last to be picked for a team, and once in a while I end up left over. When that happened, I'd help Gabriel keep score and sort of be his assistant. Sometimes we'd stay a couple of minutes after the bell rang, and he'd give me some pointers to improve my game. Then I'd help him bring in the equipment that was left on the field, and we'd get to talking about other things. That's why I got back to my room late some days during the month that Gabriel was on duty. After so many times Mrs. Sykes said that it had happened again, she'd have to report me to the principal. I didn't plan to let that take place, but a few days later things got complicated. It was one of those times that I wasn't in the game, so Gabe kept me busy. I was used to taking a few remarks when certain people saw us helping each other out. Things like, "Hey, Terry, you getting paid overtime for that?" when I was carrying equipment back to the storeroom, or stuff about my private coach, since Gabriel had been working with me after the bell. But that day, kids were teasing even more than usual, and they left a lot of equipment lying around. I even saw a few kids throwing balls and gloves over the fence where they'd be hard to find in all those shrubs. I thought of what a time Gabriel was going to have trying to explain why all those things were missing. See, even though everyone is supposed to bring back equipment, the supervisor is still responsible. I didn't like any of my choices. I didn't want to be late again, but I couldn't walk off and leave Gabe. So that's why there was a phone call from Mr. Savage telling Mother I'd be home late. I had to pick up litter for a punishment after school. But it wasn't so bad, 'cause see, real soon, after I started picking up the trash, Gabriel showed up, and together we found spelling papers dated 1974 and wrappers from candy they don't even make anymore. Well, that's why he had to come to my party. My mom said, "Aha, maybe you're trying to say that you and Gabriel speak the same language." She was right. He's my friend because we help each other out. Now, kids, we're going to do some activities and decide on making good decisions and how to make good friends who care about us.